How's everyone doing today? Shankar Puri here. Today we're gonna look at a trade today that we were able to capture some profit in, go over the analysis so you guys can definitely learn from it, as well as we'll talk about the broader markets, Bitcoin and the S&P 500, just to kind of get a feel of where we think they're going to be heading in the future. So without further ado, guys, let's dive right into the charts. All right. So right now we are looking at GBP JPY, so GJ. So we took a short this morning, and the reason why we took a short, so let's just look at the whole chart. So yes, we are actually in a pretty good uptrend here. So we've been in an uptrend for GJ for a good amount of days. However, when we go into the 1 hour time frame this morning, so this morning around, so this is 6 o'clock, you can see that we broke down underneath this 1 hour resistance, 1 hour support, which now turned into resistance because we broke underneath it with a lot of volume on this 1 hour candle, right? So we broke underneath it, and so what we were looking for was actually sells. So if you see here, we have the price coming all the way down, we have the moving average pointing bearish. We draw our fibs from point A to point B. So point A being up here and point B being down here. So this was the point B right here. All right. And yeah, so we drew the point A to point B. We drew it on the 5 minute time frame here. So point A to point B. So what we see is the price is trending down. We're underneath this 1 hour resistance, and this is multiple. We're using multiple time frame analysis to kind of see what is going on in the price. So we know that on the 1 hour, price broke down very, very heavy bearish, broke down. So now we're looking on the smaller time frames to get entry points. So now today I actually entered on this candle right here. So it was fluctuating a lot more before it continued to push down. So I entered on this candle right here. We saw a lot of exhaustion wicks right along here on this resistance. So the price, was showing a lot of the buyers were exhausted and we're going to keep heading down, as well as we were on the 38.2 percentage. So the best entry that we could have gotten would actually have been, if we were on the 5 minute, would have been this candle here, this candle right here. That would have been the best entry. However, I did enter over here, maybe a bit too premature. We had over here a bunch of the wick came all the way down here, so we were targeting at least this area here, and the price fell and it continued to actually fall. So we did close partials around this area here, where there's some liquidity of in the price action right here, and then the price continued to fall, right? So yeah, so that's kind of that trade right there. Nothing too crazy. Didn't hold all the way down to here, but we were able to capture, I think it was probably it says 2.27, so it's probably just under a 2-to-1 because I did close partials around this liquidity area, and then the price kept dropping, right? So that was today's trade. We also actually have entered a odd trade, so an odd USD trade. So you can see here, we'll see how it plays out. We have targets, so this would be a target 2, and then target 3 all the way up here. So this is would be a 5-to-1, but we're going to be holding it all the way to the 5-to-1. So what we see here is we have the price on an uptrend. Price continues to move bullish. We've broken with a lot of volume over this resistance, and right on the 78.6 on the 1 hour, we have the price bouncing up in a very bullish manner. So this odd does take a bit longer and is a bit slower to move, but we'll see how this plays out, see how it does. It looks like we have the market structure of the candlesticks. We're making higher lows right here. We have higher low right here, higher low, higher low. So, you know, we're looking to break this resistance area right here. So let's see how it does. We are seeing a bit of exhaustion, but that's totally okay. Yeah, so we'll see how it does. So we're just looking to see if the price breaks above this to continue going. But yeah, so this is the second trade that we have taken. See how it plays out. It does look pretty good so far. But now let's dive into Bitcoin. What's going on in the markets, guys? We've had the interest rates increase. We've had so much things going on, and honestly, a lot of people are scared. Don't know what to think of the markets. Don't know if it's a bull market. Don't know if it's a bear market. Well, I'll tell you this right now. I believe we are just in an accumulation time period. So we have the resistance right here that we would, you know, breaking this resistance would be indicating like, hey, you know what, we've broken a lot of selling pressure, so now, you know, we'd be more bullish. But let's just look at the market structure of Bitcoin. We currently are, all we're doing is really just retesting or testing for the first time this support area, you know. So nothing really crazy has happened with the price. We are in an uptrend, so I do believe that, you know, for the rest of the year, Bitcoin can be, you know, consolidating. We may just be consolidating in between here, you know, and then head higher. But I don't believe we're going to be sweeping any lows anymore. I don't think that we're going to be breaking below. I don't think we're going to be breaking below this area or this area right here. I just think we may be just building some orders here in the consolidation. We may consolidate a bit longer before we do head higher, right? So Bitcoin, when it moves, it does move, but it doesn't move as often as people think. So, you know, we had this consolidation here and head higher. So you can see we had higher lows being formed, and then the price completely took off. So similarly, even here, higher lows, and then price took off. So similarly over here, yeah, we're just making higher lows, and the price definitely can take off, and, you know, we may have a nice upswing in the Bitcoin price. But I mean, let's see what happens. I don't think we are in any bear market. I believe that we are past the bear market. If we look at the S&P 500, we're showing bullish momentum throughout the S&P 500, and, you know, realistically, guys, I think that we are out of the recession. I think most people still think we are, but for me and my technicals, I don't see any reason why, you know, looking at the chart, why you would think we're going to be heading lower. You know, I don't believe we are, but, you know, I'm still learning in the markets. But just from my perspective and what I've been seeing, we've been maintaining higher lows, broken above this trend line. We're above the moving averages. Let me bring up the moving average here. Let's bring up the moving averages. So 200, oops, not 920, 200 moving average. So you can see we're above the 200. Now let me go to the daily. We're well above the 200 daily. And what I believe is once we get to this area here, and we break above it, the price is going to skyrocket. You know, we're going to be in a clear price discovery for the S&P 500. And I believe euphoria will pick up above this. It's going to be for all risk on assets such as crypto, you know, tech stocks, AI stocks. They're going to be having a wonderful time above here. But accumulating in this area definitely would have been a great opportunity for you. If you weren't able to, that's fine. You know, learn how to trade, and you can take advantage of the moves on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, guys, I don't see any reason why we would be in a bear market still. I mean, we have the TLT. So if we look at the TLT, it's been pushing down. So when the TLT does move down, it does indicate that the risk is moving into the market when the TLT pushes up. it indicates that risk is leaving the market. And right now we have risk entering the market, right? So risk keeps entering the market. And yeah, guys, the money's leaving the TLT. And so this is the 20-year bonds, and it's entering more risk on assets. So these are how we can kind of gauge what's going on. Let's look at the DXY. Let's look at the DXY, guys. The DXY, the DXY for me, I look at it, but it's not something that I really consider too much as, are we going to be in a bull market or bear market? It doesn't exactly correlate the way people, I mean, at least for me, I don't see the correlation as much as everyone else does, but that's just me. All right, so look on the weekly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're just having this retest right here. So we're really just in between the support and resistance area right here. So there's no indication of what's really going to be going on. But yeah, if we break below, that's a good sign if the US dollar gets weaker. But I mean, right now it's just consolidating, not really giving us any indication of what it's going to do yet, right? So, and if anything, we're just waiting for it to get down to these lows, to the resistance support area. And if we break below, then we'll make an assessment there. All right, so that's really it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Keep trading, keep learning, keep studying. The market is here forever. You never miss out. If you've been trading for 1, 2, 3, 4 years and, you're having trouble, one thing I would encourage is just keep working on yourself and keep learning about who you are as a person, because the market is always going to do what the market does. And you winning or losing money is either lack of information, lack of emotional control, and not knowing yourself well enough. So, keep going. It's a long process. It takes time, but eventually, at some point, you will be a profitable trader. You'll start seeing the market in a different way. And I'll say this is like, for you to become profitable and for you to actually have confidence in the market, it's like anything else. It's like when you first learned to ride a bike, you had training wheels on. So training wheels is like signal groups, watching YouTube videos and seeing what's going on, what people are doing, if they're buying and selling. And I think that's something that everyone goes through. But at some point you take the training wheels off and then you stop listening to Telegram groups or Discords or YouTubes, and you start trying to do it on your own. And you might fall a couple times, just like if you're on a bicycle. But at some point you learn how to ride the bike, right? So just like with trading, for you to get to that really consistent, profitable part, you're not going to be right all the time. But if you're confident in your execution and your trades, you're a lot further than you think you are. You know what I mean? So just get to that point of conscious competency and unconscious competency. So once you can get to those points, you'll do a lot better in the markets. And compare yourself to yourself. You know what I mean? Keep going. I believe in you. And yeah, enjoy your day. Thank you.